morning I woke up in a fortress of distortion. I'm at war with my emotions. I'm coming home now. I'm coming home. Right where I belong now. Right where I belong.
Wait, so how many of us are there?
Alright, Shalom. I would like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who I learned the truth from. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth, waiting on the return of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to deliver us out of this last captivity. I just wanted to touch on the trailer that I just seen for the new Spider-Man movie that's supposed to come out Christmas 2018. And I'm going to put the trailer up in the beginning of this video, Lord willing. But I wanted to touch on how that's spiritual and how it applies to Jacob, you know, the 12 tribes of Israel coming back and you know, coming back into power, and the Lord setting them back up as a nation, as one nation. You know, because even if you look in another movie that's coming out in 2018 is the Black Panther. And in that movie, over 90% of the cast is so-called black people. You know what I'm saying? So you have these movies now where Marvel is making, and you know, these superhero movies where they're making, you know, black superheroes like never before. You know, so-called black. You know, because no one's black. You know, you have a nationality. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Hispanics and Native Americans, you are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, and this is very, everything is spiritual. Everything has a spiritual aspect to it, you know. Everything has a spiritual aspect to it. The spiritual realm is way more realer than this physical realm, okay? And you have to understand that. So everything that you see, everything that you do, it has some type of spiritual aspect to it behind the scenes, whether it's demons working, whether it's you know, angels working, which they're both angels. You know, you got right hand angels, left hand side angels, you know. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a precept to back up what I'm talking about, okay? This is a quick precept. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, you know, the spiritual world and the spiritual aspects and the future kingdom of heaven. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, you know. So you gotta have a spiritual eye. You gotta have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the comfort of these scriptures, the knowledge of these scriptures, the understanding of these scriptures, to understand that, you know, things have a spiritual aspect to them, okay? Now, to stay on topic with the subject at hand, I want to get Isaiah chapter 11 and start at verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and this is talking about Yahweh sending his son Yahweh Shai to deliver Israel, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So we're coming into the time now where you're going to have the 12 tribes of Israel that's been scattered throughout the earth. They're going to, you know, the Lord is going to gather them in. You know, the harvest is ripe, you know, and he's going to get the angels to, you know, sift out the wheat and the tares, you know, and put a mark upon those that were chosen and elected, you know, to be part of the elect, you know, the 1/3, which consists of the 144,000. Okay, and that's the time we're coming into. And it says, the envy also of Ephraim, which is the northern kingdom, shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And I brought that out because the the name of the Spider-Man, his name, the new Spider-Man is Miles Morales, I believe, something like that, you know, because his father is a so-called black man, and his mother is a Hispanic woman. So, you know, in the worldly term, they would say he's mixed, but really he comes from the seed of Judah because his father's a so-called Negro, so that determines his lineage, you know, his father's seed. But that's spiritual in itself because, you know, you got to take, you know, these people carnal view sight and apply it to the spiritual if you can, you know. That's, you know, that's the two tribes coming together, man, you know. That's the two tribes coming together. His father is a Judite, you know, and his mother is a you know, a Northern Kingdom, you know, a Northern Kingdom woman, you know, whether she be an Issacharite, Ephraimite, you get what I'm trying to say. You know, that's spiritual. The tribes coming together, and that's the time they win because the tribes are catching hell under Esau's rule. You know, they set up this puppet Donald Trump to, you know, further push their agenda of race wars and economic upheaval, you know, digital currency on the rise, you know, and all these other things that he's doing to cause uproars and wars of the people. So as we see the 12 tribes of Israel beginning to wake up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we're seeing America and the EU and NATO, the beast system, and you Rothschilds, you banking families, Rockefellers, we're seeing you crumble as the Israelites wake up and stand upon their feet, which I'm going to get that, but I'm going to get a quick precept in Obadiah. This is Obadiah, verse 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame. That's southern and northern kingdom, you know. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, you so-called white people. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. And that's going to come in the kingdom of heaven, when the nation of Edom is done away with. But the time that we're in right now is the gathering of the elect. And it's just spiritual how Esau is putting in his movies so-called black men, you know, being superheroes now, you know. Because at a point in time in history, that would have been thought as, you know, barbaric or something, you know, weird or strange. Like, what's going on? Even today, people are seeing, you know, so-called white people seeing, and even so-called black people seeing, like, you know, what's going on? They making black kids. See, even some so-called black people don't like, you know, to see a black superhero, man, because it messes up. They say it messes up the comic books. It doesn't go with the comic book, or it messes up the franchise, you know. But that's that brainwashing, you know, that Esau has put on the minds of the people to believe that everything's so-called white is pure, which he's not even white, you know. He's a pinkish reddish color because the blood shows forth through his skin, you know. His biblical nationality is an Edomite, man. His forefather is Esau, man, you know. He's not even white, but they put that mentality that, oh, the Caucasian race, when you see a Caucasian person, that represents good. That's why when you see pictures of the one that people call Jesus, which he's false, because the one you know is Jesus, his Hebrew name is Yahushua. He's a so-called black man according to the scriptures. The one that these people call Jesus, they paint him as a so-called white man, put him up in these churches as a so-called white man. Even Santa Claus, you know, where Santa Claus is satanic. But, you know, this is what kids grow up and see and witness, everything being so-called white, you know. But now we're coming into a time where it's not that anymore, you know, because it's spiritual. It's representing the rise of the Israelite man. Even though Esau don't understand, the Lord putting the spirit on him to do these things, man. You know, who would have thought they would have done a black and Hispanic, you know, Spider-Man at the same time? He, you know, his father being black and his mother being Hispanic, man. You know, it's pretty dope, you know, but it has a spiritual aspect to it because the kingdom of Israel is finna rise, okay? Now I'm gonna go to the book of Ezekiel, and I'm gonna read in chapter 37, you know, and I'm gonna try to breeze through this. This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me away out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, speaking about the Israelites, you know, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, they were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry, because we know the nation of Israel is, you know, a multitude of people, No nation on this earth is bigger than the nation of Israel, okay? No nation is more fruitful, okay? And he said it to, but it says that they're very dry because of what? They don't have this living water. They don't have this truth. They don't have life. They don't have the knowledge of who they are, the understanding of who they are. You know? The nationality has been beaten out of them, stolen from them, taken away from them, and given to a false people over there in the land of Israel today. Those Khazar Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, you know, which go back to the tribe, the biblical tribe of Amalek, which they come from the seed of Esau, man, which makes them the damn devil, the deceiver of the earth. Because that's all that devil means, okay? And it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Lord power, thou knowest. Again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. So when you see these Israelite, these so-called black men and Hispanic men and Native American men popping up on your streets, you know, your highways and byways, teaching the Bible, saying that they're the lost tribes of Israel, this is what they're doing. They're prophesying to the dry bones, telling them to, you know, hear the words of the Lord, because they've forgotten who they are, pursuing to the curses in Deuteronomy and prophecy, them being scattered amongst these Gentile nations. You know, we see that those people in the land that they are preposterous, because they need America to be their ally. They need Great Britain to be their ally. You know, they're always having wars with different nations, man. The scriptures say when the real Israelites get put back in their land, there will be no more war, because the Lord will put them back in their land. The Lord will be for them. They won't need no ally of America. America's going to be destroyed because of Babylon in the scriptures are for its wickedness of homosexuality, you know, promotion of bestiality, you know, all its pagan roots with its holidays and pagan infrastructures, and most importantly of what it has done to the Israelites, the saints of the Most High. Okay? And it says, and I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And that's what you're seeing with the Israelites, man. They're waking up to their nationality of being a Hebrew Israelite, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and recognizing that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, Yahweh is the Most High, and his son, the Messiah of Israel, is Yahushua. Verse 7. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. And that's what you're seeing across the four corners of the earth. You're seeing Israelites waking up via the unicorn, YouTube, the internet, okay? You're seeing them wake up through these prophecies, through these scriptures, the breath being breathed into them, life being breathed into them, the living water being breathed into them, you know, no longer them being dry, you know. Verse 10, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. And that's what you're seeing coming to the forefront, man, you know. And that's the time that we're in, you know. Verse 11, then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. Because they're dead, man. What nation is the only nation that doesn't have a seat in the EU? You know? Or any of these government institutions as a nation as a whole? You know? Who doesn't own their own country? Who doesn't own their own banks? You know? Who doesn't have land? You know? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know? You try to get Native Americans a casino when majority of them still living on reservations, drinking themselves to death, man. You know? And we know what's going on with the Colombians, Dominicans, and Haitians, you know, and Jamaicans. Poverty, man. And the so-called Negroes over here in America, the Puerto Ricans over here, they're bugging out their mind, man. They're doing anything to try to get a diploma here in America or just, you know, live by the so-called white man's laws, man. They're not worrying about their nationality. They're dead. They're the only nation on this earth that don't know where their nationality goes back to, man. Because it was beaten out of them and stolen from them, man. Their heritage was beaten out of them in slavery, and they was forced to take up either Catholicism, Christianity, and all these other false religions, man. When the Bible don't teach about none of those religions, man. It teach about the relationship between the Israelites and their God, okay? Verse 13. And ye should know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. And this is the key point I wanted. The word of the Lord came again to me, saying, Moreover, the Son of Man, take thee one stick, and write it upon for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions. And that's what you see, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. The Hispanics, Latinos, so-called Negroes, Haitians, all them down, man. Dominicans, Colombians, you know, that's what you see. When we have that 12 tribes of Israel sign out there while we're teaching, that's what you see. That's the stick. You know, that's the tribes coming together, back to the nationality. And that's why I said the Spider-Man is spiritual, you know, because he represents both tribes coming together in power and strength, man, you know. And, you know, that's the point I wanted to touch on that. But, you know, I hope the elect was edified wherever they are, whoever may see this or hear this. You know, with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth. With that, shalom.